Today we're going to assemble an Alphason Dallas desk, and to show us how it all goes together, please let me introduce Heather. So let's get started. Take panels 14, 17 and 18 and lay them out as shown. Make sure the grooves in the panels are facing inwards. Now attach panel 14 to the other two panels using four 50mm screws. Now take panel 19 and slide it down between the grooves in the panels. Make sure it locates nicely in the grooves. Now take another panel 14 and secure it to the other panels, once again using four 50mm screws. Now take panel 16, the drawer front, and attach a handle to it using two 22mm screws. Be careful not to over tighten the screws, as this will damage the handle. Now locate the drawer front over panel 17 and secure to the drawer using two 25mm screws. Now we're going to turn the drawer over to attach the drawer runners. Each drawer runner is attached with two 13mm screws. Look at the video carefully to make sure you position the screws correctly and use the correct drawer runners. Now repeat the process to build two more drawers. You assemble a large drawer in just the same way, using panels 12, 13, 14 and 15. However, the drawer front, panel 11, is different. Lay the drawer front down as shown and insert the lock-in mechanism into the drawer front and secure it with four 15mm screws. Turn the drawer front over and carefully fit the embellisher ring onto the lock-in mechanism. Don't forget to test your lock-in mechanism and make sure it operates smoothly. Now you can attach the drawer handle and the drawer front to the main body as we did with the other drawers. We can then go on and fit the drawer runners. Now let's take panel 1, which is the desk top, and lay it out as shown. We're going to screw in 8 locking pins into the small holes in the desktop. The pins need to be located as shown here. Now take panels 2 and 3 and fit 8 more locking pins in the holes shown here. Now we need to take panel 7. We need to place 4 dowels in the edges of the panel. Place the dowels in the dowel holes as shown here and tap them in carefully with a hammer. We do this on both sides, so your panel should now look like this. We also need to fit 4 dowels to panel 21, 4 dowels to panel 5, and 4 dowels to panel 4. Now with panel 4 laid out as shown, we need to secure the door magnet to the panel using two 13mm screws. We now need to take panel 6 and lay it out as shown. Fit 4 dowels in the positions indicated here. We're now going to fit 3 drawer runners to panel 6. Each drawer runner is secured by two 13mm screws. Once again, pay attention to the video to make sure that you position the screws in the correct holes and that you're using the correct drawer runners. Now let's take panel 20 and lay it out as shown. We need to secure the magnet plate in the position indicated using one 13mm screw. Panel 20 is going to become our door. Insert a hinge pin, long end first, into the 2 holes at the end of the door. Now we need to fit a handle to the door using two 22mm screws. Once again, be careful not to over tighten the screws. Now let's take panel 9 and lay it out as shown. Fit 4 dowels as indicated here. We now need to secure a drawer runner to the panel using two 13mm screws. Once again, pay attention that you are using the correct draw runner and that your screws are positioned correctly. Now let's take panel 8 and lay it out as shown. Fit 4 dowels as indicated here. We're going to fit 3 draw runners to this side of panel 8 using two 13mm screws in each draw runner. Once again, make sure you use the correct draw runner and locate the screws correctly. Now we need to turn panel 8 over, and we need to fit another draw runner on the other side of the panel. Once again, make sure you use the correct draw runner and you position the two 13mm screws correctly. Now let's take panels 7, 4 and 9 and lay them out as we have here. Lift up panel 4 and 9 and join them together by locating the dowels in the dowel holes and tapping them into place. We now need to secure both the panels using two 50mm screws, top and bottom, as shown here. We secure panel 7 to panel 4 in just the same way, once again using two 50mm screws. We're now going to repeat the process using panels 8, 5 and 6. Make sure that the finished edge on panel 5 is positioned as shown here. Once again, we're going to secure the panels together using two 50mm screws on either side. Now we need to take a locking cam and place it in one of the holes at the bottom of the unit. Use a screwdriver to turn the cam so that its arrow is pointing towards the bottom of the unit. We also need to fit a locking cam to the lower hole as well. Don't forget to position the arrow so that it points towards the bottom of the unit. And then we repeat again for the other side, fitting 2 more cams. Now take panel 3 with its curved finished edge uppermost and locate its locking pins and dowels into the bottom of the unit and tap into place. You can now secure panel 3 by turning the cams clockwise to lock the pins into position. Remember to turn all 4 cams. This unit will now make up the right hand part of your desk. We now need to take the unit that we made with panels 7, 4 and 9 and fit locking cams in the same way as we did the other unit, 2 on either side of the unit. Now take panel 2 with its curved finish edge upwards and locate it into position as we did before, but this time do not tap it home but leave it proud. We need to fit the door to this unit, and we do so by locating its top hinge pin into the hole in panel 4. We can then locate the bottom hinge pin into the hole in panel 2. Once we've done this, we can tap home panel 2 to secure the door in place. We can then open up the door and turn the 4 locking cams inside the unit clockwise to lock panel 2 into position. This unit is going to make up the left-hand side of our desk. Now take the 2 halves of the desk and position as shown. Take panel 21. We're going to use this to join the 2 halves together. Position the dowels in panel 21 into the dowel holes in both sides of the desk, then tap into place. You can now secure both sides of panel 21 with 2 50mm screws on either side. Now take panel 10 and slide it down the grooves in the back of the unit. Make sure it locates nicely in the bottom groove at the bottom of the unit. You need to do this for both sides of the desk. We now need to place locking cams into the 4 holes on each unit, 8 cams in total. We need to position the locking cams so that the arrow on the locking cam points upwards. Now take the desktop, panel 1, and position it carefully on top of the desk. Locate the dowels and locking pins into the correct holes and tap into position. You now secure the desktop into position by rotating all 8 cams clockwise. We now need to make sure that the desk is nice and square. Once we've done this, we can fit strengthening brackets to the back of the desk, securing the strengthening bracket as shown with a 15mm screw. We need to fit brackets in all the positions shown here. Now take a finishing plug and push it into a locking cam as shown here. You need to repeat this for all 16 locking cams on the desk. Now all that's needed is for you to fit your drawers to the desk. And your Dallas desk is now ready for work. Thank you for watching.